Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is your boy Icepop here, bringing you the Arcstriker gameplay from the Hunter, my very first Hunter YouTube video. Kind of excited to bring this to you guys because it is my first Hunter video. I know in Destiny 1, most of the majority of the players in Destiny mained Hunter, so hopefully I'll be bringing a new crowd to my channel so it's not just Titan gameplay. But nonetheless, Arcstriker is really fun and I enjoyed playing it for the few games I played. I played mostly on Sentinel when the beta came out, which was yesterday, because the Sentinel is really fun, and again I'm a Titan main. But this Hunter seemed very viable, especially in Crucible, because they were able to flip around and maneuver really well, their jump. I always thought the Hunter jumps were the best for Crucible because they're so snappy. And with that, I felt like Hunters could get out of gunfights a lot easier because they could get from one point to another really fast in an instant vertical jump. So I thought that always gave them the advantage in Crucible. And so that is still in Destiny 2. I do not think it's overpowered in any way. I just think it's a cool, unique ability Hunters exclusively have. And I think that's fine. And it worked really well. I was able to jump and avoid other people in Crucible, as you'll see in these gameplays. And so I thought that was very good that the Hunters still have, because they did lose Blink. And personally, I don't think that's that big of a deal. In the lore, Warlocks were the ones who invented it because it is drawing power from the Traveler, and that's just what Warlocks did. They were the ones who studied the Traveler. They really were magic based, and so I think it's totally fair that Warlocks have a more magical jump. And so even a lot of people are going to be bummed that this new Arcstriker subclass does not have Blink, and I think they'll be fine as is because they still have triple jump, which most people use anyways. That's what I personally use. So I still think Hunters still have really great jumps for their subclasses and such. And as for the grenades, I thought they were all fairly good. Specifically the Arc Bolt grenade, that one's that chains to other enemies within a close proximity. That one I felt like was, in my opinion, the best for both PvE and PvP. In PvE, I was able to kill a whole swarm of goblins of Vex fairly easily just by one throw and it being able to latch onto others with the chain lightning effect. And if I were to use something like the skip grenade, I didn't really use that much in Crucible, and that's where it's probably meant to be used. But in PvE, it did a decent amount of damage to one person, but that was it. So I feel like for PvE, I would recommend using the Arc Bolt grenade. Even in Crucible 2, the Arc Bolt grenade, when people are on a point, such as the B flag at the very beginning, one good grenade throw could make everyone lower on health, which would mean taking them out a lot easier. So if you're trying to think of a good strategy to get people off a point or to damage them, Arc Bolt grenade I believe is the way to go. I just think it's very efficient, and I don't think there's any area where it's quite a bad choice. Maybe for like a boss and PvE, but even then you should be saving your nades for the ads instead, because those can be more deadly at times. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. That's how I felt about the grenades. And then for the super itself, it felt really nice actually. It was a lot more mobile than I remember Arc Blade being. That one I felt like you had to consume a lot of energy by swiping around, because I think there was a nerf where when you swiped, like with the melee, it would decrease your super bar quite a bit. Where in this game, it does a little bit, but I would recommend doing that a lot, just so you can avoid gunfire and kind of be unpredictable. And because your character's flipping around so much, it makes your hitbox harder to hit. Because, again, you're flipping all around, it's very unpredictable. And because of that, I think it'll be a very viable super to use in Crucible, just because it's so difficult to aim at a Guardian. And even in PvE, I felt like the range it had, I was a little too close than I needed to be to press the melee. It had quite a bit of a lunge feature. So I was kind of really close, not expecting it to have much range, but it actually had more than I thought. So for a melee super, it had great range, lots of attack, and it would wipe out multiple enemies with one swipe. Like you'll see in some of the clips at the end of my video for my super montage, you'll see I'll aim for like one Cabal dude and like two others will die just from one swipe. And I think that's very good that the Arc Blade for sure did not have. It just wasn't as efficient. Another huge improvement, I always hated when Hunters would use Arc Blade, Destiny 1, for any like Arc Burn Nightfall. Was it Arc Burn? Sure. But when Tether came out, that one made orbs, made enemies weaker. For Arc Blade, my biggest issue with that PvE is it wouldn't make any orbs. You could wipe out mobs of enemies and make 2 orbs at most. And for that, I didn't think it was great for teams. It was good for selfish and like killing ads. But I felt as though if your super didn't make much orbs, it wasn't really that good. The damage wasn't quite there either. And so in Destiny 2, they fixed a lot of issues that were on the Arc Blade. For example, as I said, in Destiny 1, it didn't make that many orbs. The new improved one here, I was able to make, I think it was 5 orbs max, which is what the Taken King supers were. And I think that's what the standard is for all supers now, which is fair. And so I think it's nice I'm able to actually make those 5 orbs, and it wasn't near as difficult to try to get with Arc Blade in Destiny 1. That was just a pain just to even make 2. That was a grind. And also, as I said, I think it lasts longer too, and I think that's just something that super really needed for it to be viable in both PvE and PvP. So with that being said, I think the Arcstriker is a huge improvement, and I'm very pleased with the way Bungie has changed things. And so that about wraps it up for me. At the end of this video, I'm going to be showing, as I said earlier, a little montage of supers, and I got a few cool snipes on there because hunters, they start off with a sniper and they're heavy, where my Titan didn't, so I couldn't get those cool clips. So there'll be a couple cool snipes in there. It's going to be showing a montage of all my super uses, and also at the very end of that, it's going to show the subclass skill tree in case you haven't seen that in the video yet. So stay tuned, the Dawnblade super is coming up next. That does it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.
That shut them down. Double kill. Zone entry.
Avenge is inbound. Shield drop you on the command ship.
You are both depressing and unhealthy.